What up, guys? Your favorite funny looking tramp is back again. Got a little something to chat about. Something that quite often gets brought up by people when they're losing an argument in a chat with me. And that is, oh, well, you're living in that shack, which is barely more than being completely homeless and in a tent. And I don't know that that's quite the attack that people try to make it out to be, at least not from my perspective. And this is why. Take a look at that shack. You see that shack? I have now completed 2 full years of living in that shack. The first year I lived in that shack, I was living in one of the most dangerous parts of town to be living in a shack in. Literally, a shack burnt up there less than a month before I moved into that spot. And I stayed there successfully for an entire year while holding down a 12-hour-a-day job 5 days a week. Making pretty good money. I didn't have to pay rent. I blew all my money because, I have a bad habit of constantly blowing my money. But, try to make sure it goes to a good cause. Anyway, on top of that, I've lived in that thing in 3 different locations. Each location completely unique. The first location was a parking lot in the middle of downtown London almost. Well, not downtown, but close to downtown. The second place was in a flower shop that used to belong to my great-grandfather. Unfortunately, it was being demolished and I had to move at that point. But again, now we ended up at a place with a hot tub and a gorgeously big garden. And I mean, the guy who owns this hot tub, he's been begging me to move into the house because he thinks I'd be happier in the house. But I think, has finally figured out that I'm much more happier in my Conestoga Hut with my dogs. I've made a lot of memories while living in that thing. It's been a whole ass journey. But anyway, people need to realize that, yes, it is only a step up from a tent. But that's the fucking point. It is a step up from the tent. That's just it. The Conestoga Hut is a step up from a tent. It's a step down from an apartment. But it is also a step up from a tent. That's the whole damn point. So when somebody says, oh, well, you're living in something that's no more than a step up from a tent, yeah, you're absolutely right, I am. And thank you for pointing that out. That means that I did my job. I proved it's a step up. So now, let's give more people a step up. Come on, guys. We have $1,000 in the bank. I am ready to start the next build. The city says that on private property, it is up to the property owner to decide whether or not he's going to dismantle an encampment, which means I can put these up. We can call it an encampment, and I can choose not to dismantle it. All I need is the private property. So if you are a landowner in the city of London and you want to make a couple $1,000s a month, letting me rent your property for a year so that I can build. I'm not going to move anybody else in. I just want to build and show people what the program can look like. And then, once I get approval to run the program, we'll run it. But for the first year, we still have to build the huts. We have to get the gardens started. So if you are a landowner that is willing to rent me land, get at me. Let's get this ball rolling. Let's get some roofs over heads. Let's save some lives. Let's give people more than just a roof. More than just a tent. Come on, London. You can do this with me. Love yous. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, stay harm-free. Gaz, out.